Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the DSoG vlog. This is Brooks. My in-game name is Camel Hunt, and I'm joined here by our regular co-hosts.
My name is Carlitos, in-game name DSoG Big Boy.
And my name is Ken. In-game name is Beckraj.
All right. Well, here we are after week 6 of North American LCS. We had some pretty good games this week. We're coming out with rundown videos. They should be uploading at a similar time as this video. But how is everybody doing? How is League games going? Are you playing League? I haven't been playing a lot of League recently. School is catching up to me, but how about you guys?
I haven't been playing that much. Again, I know last week I said that I would be playing more, and that just didn't happen. Like, I haven't played one game. I work doubles almost every day, and then the days that I don't work doubles, I am usually taking care of my dog and bringing him to the dog park, and still kind of getting the final stuff for finishing moving in. So, and trying to get into master's programs and stuff. So, been kind of busy. Hopefully, I'll get to play more soon. I really want to.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But I've been watching all the games. So if I might not be playing League, but I am watching everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I've been playing a good bit. Not as much as I was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but a good bit. And the new patch helped out a lot. We'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah.
But been playing a lot of ADC.
Did you guys? I wanted to ask you guys. Did you guys see that? Okay, so on Hotline League last night, just before we jump into our topics, but Hotline League last night, it was Travis and Mark Z had on Riot Chopper, who was head of like esports stuff at Riot, and Monty Cristo.
I saw this.
legendary LCK caster. I didn't actually watch it live, but apparently, okay, so Monty Cristo wanted to come on and ask some questions to Riot Chopper, which first of all is already kind of like a sketchy thing because like this is Travis's show, and Monty wanted to come on and ask questions to the, like, you know what I mean? It's like he's like sort of hijacking it in a way. But Travis wanted to know what Monty's questions were before he brought him onto the show, and what ended up happening was that Travis let Riot Chopper go, and then Monty came on after that, and then like apparently there was like a really like awkward, like sort of heated conversation between Travis and Monty Cristo. And I really hope we find out what happened there, but apparently it ended up with Monty like hanging up and Travis being like, "How can we end this without it being awkward?" And then Monty was like, "Oh, I could just hang up," and then he just hung up. So like I don't know, something awkward.
That's very much a Monty thing.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'll just bye.
Okay,
But
bye.
like, apparently something weird happened there. So I really hope that we see what went down with that. But that's besides the point. That's just some juicy drama in the scene. That's exciting. I always like some good juicy drama that doesn't actually have anything to do with the game at all. But let's get into our first topic, which is going to be, we're going to talk about 100 Thieves. This is a team, 100 Thieves. This is a team that came back.
I'm not gonna do it.
From a pretty rough dab, Carl. I'm not going on until you dab.
Yeah, on it.
All right, he did it. This is a team that has bounced back. In week 6, they smashed Cloud9, absolutely destroyed Cloud9. And then the other team that they beat, I think was it Optic? Was it Golden Guardians?
Good week 6.
Somebody tell me, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was
Fly.
Fly,
Yes.
okay. Even better than those two teams that I just mentioned. But so, but they
have the same record.
Maybe.
Those are facts. Those are facts.
Fake news?
It's not fake news.
I'm just kidding. But 100 Thieves looked really, really good this past weekend. Afromu was a god. Cody Sun didn't die all weekend. Meteos, back to being, god pathing Meteos. How do we feel about this team? They also after having gone through 2 weeks in a row where they were 1-3, especially that week, I guess it was 2 weeks ago when they lost to Golden Guardians and to like Optic, I think they lost to both of those teams. Like just really bad losses.
They beat Optic.
I don't remember who it was, but it was an 0-2, and then they had a 1-1, and here they are back to a 2-0 weekend, and they've put themselves into third place, tied in third place with
Clutch and
TL and Clutch. So, how do we feel about this team? What was so good about this team during this week? Do we think that they can continue the success into the future, or will they slump back down?
Personally, I think that 100 Thieves is definitely on the up and up. I think that they've kind of found their groove again after kind of starting off really well, dropping down a little bit, and then now they're back on the up and up. And I think a lot of it just has to do with like at the beginning of the split, everything was kind of like in chaos. No one knew really what the meta was, and then once it settled, that's why 100 Thieves dropped back. But now that like 100 Thieves have found their groove again, they'll be producing better results. I think a lot of it has to do with it, like you mentioned this weekend. Cody's son didn't die, and not only did he not die, but he also like contributed a lot, got a fuck ton of kills, did a lot of damage.
Yeah, he had 18 kills in 2 games.
Pretty impressive.
That is disgusting.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
and then also Afromu, playing like a fucking monster on that Thresh.
Yeah.
Like that game, he would just like stop Licorice from transforming into Meganar at the exact time by hitting a hook on hitting a hook on the Gnar.
Oh, no.
Gnar.
Sorry. And like he was just playing so well. And I think like if 100 Thieves can just keep playing through their bottom lane the way that they did this weekend and get those same results, they can take games off the top teams. Like they took a game off C9, but they can take a game off of Fox and also TL, in my opinion.
Yeah. And
so
for sure.
And like as long as Ryu plays average, like Ryu average, which is still pretty good, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think the thing about 100 Thieves is that they talked about their issue was these veteran players, everybody has a different idea of how to play the game. As long as they can continue to overcome that, and also if their style doesn't break. So they're playing, think about this past weekend where they had Thresh and Blitzcrank. The weekend before, Afromu on that Bard. They're playing through their bot lane, but in a different way than other teams are. Think about C9 and TL, where they're drafting meta scaling ADCs, but also the meta playmaking supports, Tarek and Alistair.
Yeah.
100 Thieves says
right.
We're going to go a step above that on the playmaking support and give that to our playmaker. If that can continue to work for them and they can continue to overcome all these different ideas of how to make the Nexus blow up, I think they can do it. If not, then I think teams that are following the more meta or traditional structure, I'm thinking about like Cloud9 and Clutch, I think they're just going to surpass 100 Thieves by not deviating too far from the standard.
Yeah. I think what's really interesting about this team, personally, and I was thinking about this, and maybe this isn't like consequential at all, is that a word? Maybe this like actually doesn't matter, but the 3 North American natives are the things that are carrying this team.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
When you look at Ryu and Someday, the 3 NA natives are the ones that are winning the games for them. I think that's really, really cool. But I mean, to be fair, Ryu has never been a mid laner that's just been like, what the fuck? What is he doing? How is he killing everybody? You know, he's never been that guy.
He had some
Maybe in the beginning of his career he was that guy, but
Yeah.
as of recently, he's been
consistent.
he's been a very solid mid laner that's really good on teams where you play through the bottom lane. Like, you know, like when he was on P1,
They played through Arrow.
they played through Arrow. When he was on H2K for all of those years, first of all most recently they played through Forgiven,
Yeah.
obviously. R.I.P. Rest in peace. And then I don't even remember who was H2K's bot. Was it? They had Kasing and Yarnan. And they played through on H2K like way long time ago.
Oh yeah.
With Ryu. So they played through bottom lane then too. So he's a really good solid mid laner in that position of like playing through a different lane and just he's really good at just doing his
Does
job.
everything right.
Yeah, and I think that they had like the mid lane like tier list, and they were saying Ryu was like the 7th best mid laner. I was like, that's all right.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. You know, like that's probably correct. Like,
I feel like the mid lane
and then
is just in such a good place right now, like with talent,
Yeah.
that you can be the 7th place mid laner
And still be really, really good.
and still be good for your team.
yeah.
You can't be the 7th place bot lane and be good for your team.
Mm-hmm. Or jungle.
Definitely not jungle.
Yeah.
But also, then there's also Someday, who is another situation, at least I think in this split, who's really just doing his job.
Yeah.
I don't think this isn't a carry top lane meta. It's a bruiser top lane meta, and Someday is doing that well. I think he's played Gnar in like probably like 75% of their games. Like
Gnar works.
he's
man.
just split pushing really good. He's just doing what he needs to do. But another thing I'd like to highlight out of this team, just in general, is the organization behind it. Specifically, like Nate Shot and all of the people that got working with him, and then also
Quick
Ferrari.
Rocket. Yeah, Quick Loads by Rocket
Oh
Mortgage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rocket Mortgage.
Rocket Mortgage.
But then also specifically talk about Prolly too,
Prolly's-
because I don't think you can say enough about Prolly. I think that after this team had like 2 really shitty weeks in a row, I think that the fact that they were able to bring it back and really show that they were still good, I think really speaks volumes to the organization and to the coach.
Yeah.
So
Especially the coach, I would say.
yeah. There's also an interview that I think is on Reddit now where Meteos, he was comparing like the shot calling of High to the shot calling of Afromu,
Oh.
and he was saying that High was like, he was like demanding. He was like, go do this, like, or you have to do this, or we're gonna lose the game, basically. And he says that the way that Afromu, it's like giving directions, is basically what he said.
That's cool.
It's like it's the difference between someone like yelling at you and like telling you what to do versus just like, hey, let's not suck and maybe go do that. Kind of what is kind of what the difference is. I think that's really interesting.
It
I
is
feel like Afromu is just such a chill dude. Like, you know.
Afro seems like the chillest member of the LCS, where he's just like, all of his interviews where they're talking about, you know, what do you think about this? Do you think about how bloody your games are? This was like 2 weeks ago. Him and Travis. It was the Bard game against CLG. There was a lot of deaths, and he's like, a lot of people are claiming that you guys just had a clown fiesta. What do you think? He's like, I mean, I don't really care what they say. We won. And also, he broke down why a high death game made sense in that match. And
Yeah.
but he did it in such a chill way. He's like, you call it what you want, but that's what happened. And I'm like,
Yeah. I also like whenever he has interviews with Travis, and Travis at the end of every interview is just like, you want to say anything to the fans? Usually Afromo is just like, thanks. Like, that's it. Like, it's not like this long monologue like some of the players are just like, thanks for standing by us, you know, and times are tough, you know, like, we're really working hard, and we're going to give you guys something good in the future. He's just like, thanks. Like, I think it's awesome. But,
Yep.
well, we got anything else to say about Heart of Thieves? Do we think that they can continue the success in the future? Do we think that they could beat Echo Fox? Are they in a
the
position to
question I
solidify third place?
I think the question I ask: can they contend for the title? Because like we're kind of at the point where first, second place is done. We know anybody can win a best of one. There are some things to talk about at the bottom of the standings, but for those playoffs teams, and I think 100 Thieves is a playoff team, can they contend for the title?
See, what I think the right question is where's the meta going? Because of this large patch, the 8.4 is, with the changes to the mid lane, and Ryu not being that much of a carry for the team, what is that going to do for... How is that going to go against the team? Because I saw an interview with Faker where he was saying, like, Cassiopeia is going to be meta, Ryze is going to be meta, and those two... Well, he's meta, but he's not meta in the sense of, like, he's carrying the game.
Oh.
He's going to be meta in 8.4 in the sense that he has to carry the game.
I think Ryu can do that. He was doing it on RA last year.
Yeah, but, like, can he do it this year on this team? Right? Because we were just saying how they need to play through their bot lane.
Yeah.
Is that going to work in 8.4 where you need to play through your mid lane?
I think we still have to see what exactly happens with the meta.
Yeah.
I think
I agree.
weekend. Yeah, I think this weekend we'll figure that out. I think that,
and like that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, Faker was interviewed, and LCK has played a few games on 8.4.
Oh, so because Faker says it's something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they already on 8.4?
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
This
okay.
week.
So.
All right.
I mean, we'll see.
But we'll get to that a little bit later. 8.4 specifically, at least in the jungle. We'll get to that later. But let's move on to our next topic. The next topic, we're going to talk about
the mid lane.
PowerofEvil, the mid laner for Optic Gaming. Ken's personal favorite team after Immortals left. Rest in peace, IMT. But we wanted to show, usually whenever we highlight a player, we've been talking about players that are at the top of the standings that have had very, very successful splits. And we wanted to talk about PowerofEvil because we know he's good. We know he has a lot of potential to be really, really great. Obviously, we saw him at Worlds last year. He almost beat SKT, He's good. But, we wanted just to show some love to him just because being on a bottom tier team, is it the team that's holding him back? Is it him that's holding himself back? Like, what's going on here? Let's talk about PoE.
I do think it's kind of like his teammates. And I've said this for a while. Optic has 3 of the best players, in my opinion, in the LCS. Of Arrow, PoE, and Acadian. And then they got Lemon and Zig. And it's just like, woo.
Dokla now.
Dokla. They're sharing time.
Yeah.
But he only had one good match last week, and then
against Golden Guardians. So does it really count?
I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, no, I think he's shining. Even games when they lose.
Yeah, there was that FlyQuest game where he had like 9 kills or something. I think. Yeah, he on the signature Syndra just wrecking shop.
And he knows so much. Like, think of that Caitlyn one shot he did in the bot lane in the late game, where he like flash Ard onto her and killed her through the Maw of Mortius, whatever the second part of Maw is. Like, he knew he could kill her, and you can only do that with like incredible mastery of the champions in the lane, and PoE shows it. So I think if he stays on Optic and they continue to do things around him, because you look at how Optic plays, they play through the mid lane.
Yeah.
And maybe that's good. You were just talking about the changes to 8.4. Maybe it'll give him more carry ability, and we'll see them pick up some wins.
Here's my question, though. If we have these big changes for the mid lane in the next patch, we know PowerofEvil is very, very good at his champions.
Yeah.
You know, he's very, very good at Syndra, which honestly is not really a meta pick right now.
Right.
He's obviously very, very good at Ori.
Yep. Who's kind of a bottom tier.
Yeah, that's kind of the two that are coming to mind right now. But
he's
I
also
know, like
Cassiopeia.
Cass.
He had that rise.
He had that AP Cogmaw back in the day. You remember that?
Oh, that dirty AP Cogmaw. That's what I want to see.
That's dead.
That
but do we think that, say for example, the meta shifts and where it's like, you know,
he's also got
full AP Galio is really, really good, or, you know, something just weird pops up like Ahri, or maybe Talon comes into the mid lane or something like that. Do we think he can still be just as effective? Zed, you know, anything. These champions that he's not known for.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of his MO, I guess, is that he doesn't really bend to the meta too much. So, like, if we go to the meta where LeBlanc, Talon, Ahri, Syndra are dominant, he's going to play Syndra and LeBlanc and give them Ahri or Talon and win. Like, he's going to play his half of the meta that he's known for and give them their half of, like, the OP.
Yeah.
And still style on him because he's that much better. So I think that's a plus for me. Is I'd rather see talent on, like, second tier meta champions beat out top tier.
I agree.
So, a hypothetical situation where PoE was on, say, Echo Fox or Cloud9 instead of Optic, do you think that those teams would be doing just as good? Or do you think that the mid laners that they currently have are better than him, to the point to where it would affect their place in the standings?
I think for C9, it definitely wouldn't help.
No, I think Jensen's better.
He's the glue on that team. Like, he is too integrated into C9.
I can see 100 Thieves doing better.
Yeah,
with PoE.
I could see that too. Yeah.
As opposed to Ryu.
Right.
However, I think that's the only team above Optic where I see that happening.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to say Liquid because Pobelter was killing it. The first
Pobelter was doing very well. Maybe not recently, but I think Liquid in general hasn't done well recently. Just like the whole team.
Yeah.
So maybe not just Pobelter.
Yeah, I feel like they're all just underperforming. I don't think putting another talent
and
on that roster.
I don't see him doing better than Phoenix. Maybe.
I think Phoenix has
Probably
been.
not.
I think he's been a monster. Really well. Yeah, I think he's been crazy. I mean, I think that if PoE was there instead of Phoenix, probably wouldn't be that much different.
Yeah,
but
I don't think they'd be 10. I don't think they'd be 11-1. I think they'd still be 10-2.
I think
their 2 losses were just 2 losses.
Yeah,
like I don't think.
Yeah, and also like, again, this speaks back to what one of y'all were saying earlier. Like, the mid lane pool right now is so stacked in NA that even being the 7th best or 6th best mid laner,
because he's on the 7th.
Yeah, he's on the 7th. He's on the 7th ranked team. Even being that, you're still a monster. Yeah, right. Like, you could probably carry an EU.
And I think
I don't know. Perks is pretty damn good.
I think they even had. I think they had PoE in like. I think they had PoE in like top 5. Actually,
he was.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he's top 5. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
I think he was in the top 5. I would rank him up there. I'd say he's really good. I'd say he's really good. He's a professional mid laner. He's pretty good.
He's a professional mid laner.
He's top 10 NA.
Definitely top 10.
Okay, so let's let's do another hypothetical where we'll say next split. Say for example they get. I've been trying to, like, we often talk about how the issues with Optic is really like elimination and Zig.
Yeah.
So I actually think that a different top laner might not be too hard to find.
Well, I think they keep Dokla and just.
My question is, where is this support? Like my thing is, I feel like if you play support in NA, you could just like fly onto a team, like no matter who you are. Like just because it's so hard to find supports. The person that comes to mind that has like experience would be Special. But I don't know.
I don't know if he fits the Optic culture.
If you put Special in instead of elimination, you're putting a player that has just as much experience.
Problem.
And he's also laned with Arrow before, so maybe Arrow doesn't want to play with him anymore. There's a thing.
That could be it too.
But
how do you? Yeah, that's the big problem. Is
yeah.
How do you find someone who can lane with Arrow?
Yeah. But when we look at this, team for next split,
Arrow bot lane,
that'd be gross, dude. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, because it wouldn't surprise me if Liquid got rid of Ole.
Yeah.
And then Optic picks him up. Oh my god.
You think so?
Optic picked up Ole?
You think so, dude? They probably gave Ole.
You can't do that.
They probably gave Ole so much money, dude.
Ole, Arrow, PoE.
Yeah, that'd be 3.
Oh, fuck.
You need a North American support to go.
Damn.
And that's a big problem.
But do we think that this team, if they make some changes, or if they stay exactly the same, in good faith of their players, that they can be successful, could be better next split?
Oh, absolutely.
You think that they could be at a point where they could at least make playoffs? With how strong these other teams are looking and how strong these other teams will get, how much better they will be?
Absolutely.
You think so?
I mean, I don't think the teams that are better than they are now are going to be that much better in summer. And I think them and the other bottom tier teams are going to improve so much by summer that we're going to see a very volatile summer split.
Let's hope so.
In which everybody can contend for playoffs. Because when you look at the standings now, you think, really, go back 3 or 4 weeks, and everybody had a shot. Everybody was in range to strike for playoffs. And if that's where they're at now, with so much time to improve, I think everybody can.
Yeah.
Even Golden Guardian.
I think that if we're looking into the summer, I think the 2 teams that I'm curious to see how they do. I think pretty much you're saying all the teams are gonna be about where they are right now.
Yeah.
I think there's 3 teams that I want to look out for. Liquid, see if they can get their shit together, and if they make any changes with support. TSM, because they're on the up and up right now, and see if they can keep that going into the summer.
We did say that they were on the up and up 2 weeks ago, and then they shit the bed. So let's be careful when we talk about TSM.
Yeah, but they got Weldon back.
They got Weldon back.
They got Weldon back.
They got the magic.
But he can't push the buttons for them, so I don't know.
You're right.
We'll find out.
And then CLG.
Yeah. See,
I'm just CLG's shitting the bed real hard right now.
Stop it, dude. Stop it.
For
man.
9th with Golden Guardians.
Yes.
I'm already depressed about this, okay? We don't have to keep going.
I just want to see if they can, I think this is the worst CLG will ever be going forward.
Well, they did get relegated once.
God, I hope so.
No, they didn't get relegated.
They were in relegation. All right, same thing.
And then they reverse sweeped to stay in the league.
Yes.
So
it's a miracle.
But I'm saying with being in franchising,
this is the worst.
This is the worst they'll ever be.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard to get worse than this, but
all I'm saying, Rainover was a product
scroll
of
up. I don't want to look at
him.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
we have the standings.
Let's hope that Optic and these teams that we see that have potential can
I'll take FlyQuest especially.
yeah can show up for. I wouldn't rule out FlyQuest to make playoffs, dude. Anything can happen.
Well, why would you not? Why do you rule out Optic? They have the same record. I think it's dumb. They have the same record. I'm pretty sure they have the same level of strength of schedule for the rest of the split.
But let's see.
Just like Turtle more than
Just as Ken was saying, though, I hope that we have a very volatile summer split.
Yes.
Let's also bring back best of threes, but that's probably never going to happen. So RIP.
No, I do not want them to bring back best of threes because that means that's more games that I have to watch for rundowns.
Let's
Save
that.
I think
narrative.
Yeah,
of the
we can
best
talk
of
about
threes.
that. I think there are adjustments in playoffs that they can make.
Yeah.
That will help NA more than just doing best of threes in the regular season.
Yeah.
But we can talk about that some other time.
Yeah. So let's move on to our third topic. We've already alluded to the new patch a little bit, but probably for competitive play, the biggest change in this patch, debatably the biggest change in this patch, was the removal of Tracker's Knife. So Tracker's Knife is the jungle item that basically gives you a mini sightstone. You get 2 wards, is that it? Yeah. 2 wards.
But the jungler backs more than the support. So
yeah, you get
oftentimes
2 wards on your jungle item, and they have completely removed this from the game. I don't remember personally seeing any reasoning why they did this. It's just like
no one was buying it in solo queue,
And everybody was buying
everybody
it
was buying it in competitive.
competitive.
So it was a competitive only item, and they're like, if only competitive is going to use this, I don't want to.
We don't want to have the game.
I mean, I built it a lot,
But you built it a lot because when you're playing Lee Sin, you gotta work.
Well, no, but I built it on
you built on
built it on-
Sejuani, didn't you?
Sejuani,
Yeah,
pretty much every
I think
game.
the tank junglers.
And mostly, I would say about 70% of the time, I built it on Jarvan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Just because it helped with invading so much.
Yeah.
how do we think this will affect pro play? This is going to affect solo queue. This makes 0 changes to solo queue. At least for us, just because we're low elo players that no one wards anyways. So
there were so many games where it'd be like my ward score would be like 120, and the rest of my team would be like 20.
yeah, but let's think about how this could affect professional play. Specifically, just there's going to be less vision on the map, and what does this mean for how games will go? Will the meta change? I feel like this opens up a lot of questions. Throw in that.
I think that it can go 2 very different ways depending on what champions are being played. The first way it can go is it opens up a lot of more gank routes for early game junglers to go through because you're not being tracked by a lot more vision, because you're not gonna have zombie wards and stuff popping up randomly and all that stuff. So it can either go the one way of a lot of early game junglers, early aggression, early invades for counter jungling and all that stuff, so you're not being tracked as much. But then it can also go the route of, we don't have vision, let's play safe and not be aggressive in
That's what I was thinking.
The problem with playing that way is if you're playing passively in lane and not being aggressive, you're gonna get pushed in and lose a lot to turret and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like this is a situation where junglers will play very aggressive and laners will play very safe. And I don't know which one is better.
I think the opposite.
Really? Why?
Yeah, I think without Tracker's Knife, you can't invade, right? It's harder to invade when you don't have Tracker's Knife, because that's what the point is. It's to put deeper wards. The laners put the preliminary wards along the river entrances to the jungle, and then the junglers take that vision explore it, and drop a ward later. If they can't do that...
Well, they still have Trinket.
Yeah.
Right?
But
you still have Trinket, and also... If you... Like, is this going to put a more of a stress on jungle mid and jungle support synergy to do those invades?
That's what I was just thinking, yeah.
Okay.
I think that jungle
So-
support roaming is going to be a much bigger thing now. Roaming together.
Right. And so that requires the lanes to play more aggressive.
Okay.
Basically, the jungler sits back, farms until the support is ready to break out a lane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
And so
Makes sense.
that offers a larger part of the early game for the laners to be aggressive and the junglers to kind of sit back and wait for either a really good point to go in where one lane is overextended or a counter gank.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what they're going to be looking for. Those two things. They're not going to be invading as much. I think you're going to see junglers that do better at dueling come into the meta. That isn't, junglers other than Lee Sin that do well at dueling.
Elise?
Elise.
I think we could see Elise
please come
actually.
back. I think between the AP item changes and this change, Elise will be in the meta because she's actually super safe to invade.
Yeah.
Because she can just repel onto a plant, or like quickly stun and run away.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually pretty good. I think we're gonna see her.
I think we're going to see more Kha'Zix.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's
He's gonna have free range.
Yeah.
To just
Because he's already
evolve.
already
lot
like a B tier
and-
jungler. He's already like a
Right,
yeah,
like a
coming up.
solid right when you can't play Skarner, Sejuani, or J4 or Zac, you can pick Kha'Zix. So
Yeah, I think Sedge might be hit by this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Zac or Skarner getting hit by this, because Skarner has his spires and Zac is super safe
Yeah. With his
passive
slingshot.
and his slingshot and his.
Do you think we'll see some Kanye, some Kane?
Kanye.
I mean, I miss the old
Kanye.
Kanye.
I missed the Kanye.
I would really like because he's a super good early game.
Yeah, that's
pretty
what I'm thinking.
safe
He's pretty
invader.
good at dueling. He has a lot of
good.
mobility with his Q and going through walls and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Um,
and then red his red form.
Red
You
form.
can get pretty tanky for
That
late
shit is
game
annoying,
and
dude.
Do a lot of
I hate
damage.
It's too much lifesteal.
yeah, once he gets like 3 items,
It's
Yeah.
absurd.
kind of
So-
unkillable.
So yeah, I mean, I think, and he can probably duel Kha'Zix pretty well too,
Oh yeah,
and match him in farming and stuff. So I mean, if you have Kha'Zix in the meta, why don't you see Kane in the meta too? Right
I
now?
think Skarner is still going to be top tier.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
still going to be number 1. But after that, I think we might see more like Kane, Kha'Zix, hopefully
Shyvana?
Elise.
Didn't she
I
get?
know you hate
She got
Shyvana.
nerfed though.
No.
She got nerfed recently.
No Shyvana. Don't play Shyvana.
Here's my question. All right, so I've been thinking about it. I have a theory that the jungle meta does not change at all. Stays exactly the same, and all of those junglers just build a sightstone now.
You
They
can't buy
took
Sightstone.
Sightstone away.
They'll build
What are you talking
build
about?
a damn support item, dude.
Can you finish the quest?
Yeah, the quests are going to take too long to finish because
You
you have
can
to
still
finish
do
the
it.
quest before you can.
Pretty sure you could still do it.
I think that would be a waste of
So
money.
do you think it becomes more of like a Dota level roaming support, where they're like in the lane half the time,
That's
finishing their quest?
ooh no, that's not gonna happen. I might be
Yeah,
wrong.
so
You know what? I
it would
actually
take-
didn't think about this completely. I think you guys are right now. I was thinking,
If Sightstone were still in
Yeah.
the game,
Yeah, so that's,
yeah.
but
But-
it takes too long to finish
think
those
you're right.
quests
Mhm.
if you're not the
because you
support.
have to finish your because you have to think about this. You have to finish your jungle item and finish your quest and buy the support item, right? You're
Yeah.
not going to be getting that support item, and if you're sitting on components for the support item, like you're on Nomad's medallion or whatever. Like that's not doing you shit in the jungle.
So this another question now is we kind of talked about top lane a little while ago, a couple weeks back or a week or two ago, and we kind of said that the default kind of top lane champion should be like basically the meta that we're in right now, and you can have those fringe picks on either side. So basically, this bruiser like Camille, Gnar meta. Where do we see the jungle meta kind of, where's like the standard jungle meta? What would be the preferable meta for junglers?
My preferable meta was the one we talked about before the season started. And it was the meta that existed before Korea said that's the meta, which is hyper aggression.
A man named Korea stood up and said,
Korea
"This is
said,
not the
no. It will be J4 versus Sejuani versus Skarner, and that's it." And I don't like it.
I mean, Ken wants Nocturne, Lee Sin, Elise meta.
Yep.
Where
Bring back season
where
3.
you invade level 2 at their red buff, steal their red buff, kill them, and tilt them off the face of the planet.
I don't see
That's what he wants.
Except we still kick Shaco out of the game.
Yeah.
Shaco's completely removed.
I prefer
Not there.
I prefer a bruiser jungle meta where I can play Vi,
God,
Red
no,
Kanye,
Vi, no.
and tankier Lee Sin. Like those are my three. Although I would like to see a meta where we have more marksmen in the game for jungle, like Kindred.
Oh, dude, I love Kindred.
Kindred
And Syndra have had a child,
Kindred,
and it is Kendra.
Kindra? Is this
Also,
Pokemon now?
It's Pokemon Day.
Kindred, no,
a
that's
day later,
Kimbra.
whatever.
Just kidding. Kimbra.
Yeah. And maybe the new 80s, the new marksman.
I think she looks like a solid jungler.
Right?
I don't know why.
And then Graves, like those three.
Come on, boy.
Yeah.
Graves goes back to the bot lane where he belongs.
Yeah, dude,
I want to
RIP,
see
man.
them in the meta.
Ezreal.
We had Jungle Ezreal for a bit.
Nope.
Like Jungle Twitch sometimes stumps my
I
games.
actually don't mind Jungle Twitch because he's so easy to handle.
Yeah.
You just invade him early, but you have to find his path. So it's pretty. Charlie.
Yeah. Well, I am excited to see what happens with the jungle
I'm
picks.
very excited.
Because they didn't really hit any of the actual jungle champions. They just made this one change. And this one change could change everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Well, they hit Lee Sin.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
taking tracker stuff away is definitely a nerf to Lee Sin.
Oh.
I would love to actually. You know what? I want to see a mastery where it lowers the cooldown on your trinket.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Right. So that would be what Lee Sin would need.
Yeah.
For this to really work for him.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the final part of our weekly. Who did this? Who did this to the Google Doc? Optic win. Ken, come on now. You cannot
That's weird.
be doing this shit, boy. Come on now.
I can tell you it wasn't me.
Right, we're gonna move on
It wasn't me.
to our.
On the camp net, she caught me red-handed, even with the girl next door.
Gonna move on to
That
our
wasn't me.
power rankings, and then we'll do our predictions for this weekend. So, who's going first?
Let's have Ken go.
Kenneth.
I volunteer you for tribute.
I'll go first. All right, number one. This is how they finish at the end of the
Yes.
regular season based off of what we have seen thus far.
Yes.
Number one, Echo Fox. Number two, C9. 3, Clutch. 4 is TL. Wait, they're all
Mhm.
tied?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a
I go
three-way tie
number
for third.
3, TL.
3 TO,
Mm-hmm.
4 clutch.
Mm-hmm.
100.
100.
TSM. Optic.
Wait, was that an Optic getting in the playoffs? No, just kidding.
Nope.
No. Fly. Golden Guardians.
Ooh!
CLG.
Oh!
They look so bad. They look so bad. There is hope for Golden Guardians.
There
They
is.
look okay. CLG does not look like they're playing in the LCS.
Yep.
I just
Are they
God,
an
it's
academy
so
team right now?
sad.
I think they're playing League of Legends, dude. Everyone else shows up for League of Legends. These guys
They're
show
like
up for League
playing
of
like
Legends.
League of Pokemon or up there or something, dude. Like it's just bad. Like
It's just like, I mean, hey,
They're actually playing Fortnite on stage.
gotta catch them all, and by gotta catch them all, he means
Yeah.
all the mid laners because he's played like
yeah, dude.
10.
But here's the thing. Here's
No,
what I
he's-
figured out.
He's the
played 10.
He's the new legendary Pokemon. You know that? You catch him every game. Catch him.
CLG is playing League of Legends 2. That's what's going on here. They're playing League of Legends 2. All the other teams are playing League of Legends 1. It's just not. It's not correlating very.
You're
well.
right.
So
It's not matching. Not
They're
matching up.
they're ahead of the curve. They're the new Edward.
No.
all right, Ken or Carl, you go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I want to say C9 is gonna be first, but I know it's not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna say Fox and then C9. Third, I'm gonna put Clutch. Oops, I made a mistake. Sorry. Yeah, putting Clutch. I'm gonna put 100 T at fourth. TL at fifth. TSM.
Does it hurt you to have to put them so low?
Yeah. As long as
That's
they're in
all that
playoffs,
matters.
though. Like,
They made
regular
finals last
season.
time.
Regular season doesn't matter as
Yeah.
long as you make playoffs.
Not according to Reggie.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm gonna put Optic at seventh.
Yeah.
To FlyQuest at eighth. Golden Guardians at ninth, and DSoG at 10th, and
Hell
CLG at 11th.
It hurts.
That's right. I can out jungle rain over. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
That's how that
Okay,
works.
I'm gonna say Fox first. C9 second.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Or-
Hunter takes third.
Hold it.
I
I can see it.
TL
It'd be tough.
takes
I
fourth.
can see it.
Lol. Memes. Clutch in fifth. TSM. FlyQuest.
Ooh.
Optic. Fight me, Ken. Let's fight, dude.
I'll fight you.
He'll wrestle
Golden
you.
Guardians.
He'll wrestle you.
I just give PoE over
and then the Revolution takes 10th. CLG. Man, fuck it, dude. I don't know. They're my second favorite
I
team,
just-
and I cry every time I watch them, dude.
I just want to point out how different
Okay,
this
yeah.
is to our
So we never-
preliminary. Like, before the season
think-
started.
I don't think we released the audio.
No, we
from when
didn't.
did this. So our collective rankings at the beginning,
Just
like before
do
everything,
these.
when everything was announced,
Just none of the games have been played.
we put TSM number 1, TL number 2, CLG number 3, 100 Thieves was 4th, Optic was 5th, C9 was 6th, Clutch was 7th, Fly was 8, Golden Guardians was 9, and we had Fox in last place.
How wrong were the only team
one of us who didn't put them in last place
who was you? But you had them
we had
at
Golden
9.
Guardians as 10th. Like, it wasn't, and they were 9th. Like, it wasn't bad. Like,
The only-
I mean, it wasn't good. They were bad. We thought they would be 10th.
there are 3 teams that are about where we thought we would be. They would be 100 Thieves.
Yeah, he's 4th.
At 4th. TL at 2nd, which like they're a little further down, but it's kind of
FlyQuest in 8th, like right 8th.
Yeah, I think they're tied for 7th with Optic right now.
Well, they are, but we just put him at 8th.
Yeah,
he put him at 7th.
Okay,
So collectively, he's
Golden Guardians.
Yeah. I honestly think when we did those, we were just like not thinking about anything we were doing. Like Cloud9 was clearly going to do well. Echo Fox was clearly going to do well. We were just,
We didn't know how Licorice was going to do. Like we
were also really low on Sven Skaren.
Yeah, we were low on Sven Skaren because of how he was on TSM. Yeah. So like, and Fox, like no one knew that they would be this good.
We also didn't. I think we didn't have Huni confirmed
when we did this.
We thought.
Yeah, it was like rumored that Huni was going to.
But also, we thought Dardoch was just the scum of the earth.
He still is.
I have his jersey.
Bro, I bet you could get some money for that, man. That's probably worth something. I'm just saying.
It's probably worth like. I bought it for like 60.
Yeah, an Immortals Dardoch jersey. That's a piece of art, dude. That's
It's also before they had all their sponsors. Like, you can't get that jersey anymore.
I mean, you can't get that jersey anymore because...
No, you can customize... You could put Dardoch on a jersey and customize
I see what you're saying.
But, like, you can't get it without blood.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's also nice that we have a very clear... All of us have a very clear, and I think it's pretty obvious who's going to make playoffs. Like...
I don't know.
The top 6 that we picked.
But we all have
a
the
different
top
order,
6. Yeah.
But I think it's very set.
Well, we have Fox and C9, but like all of us have Fox and C9 1 and 2.
Yeah, but
it's the 3
TL,
the 3 through
Clutch,
5.
TSM.
The 3 through 5 we all have different.
But we know who's going to be in playoffs. Is the point?
Different order.
I'm making. It's like it's pretty obvious that FlyQuest or Optic isn't going to like surge and beat TSM. You know, like.
If TSM shits the bed, they're only 2 games apart.
Right.
But TSM has to let that fall, and that's what I don't see happening. Like I can see FlyQuest and Optic both taking a bunch of games and looking like a playoff team, but I don't see them catching the 6th place. Sixth place.
Well, I mean, let's look at their schedule, right?
The 5th place.
So, yes, TSM has to play against FlyQuest, right? So FlyQuest could still win that game, and then TSM has 100 Thieves, Team Liquid, and Cloud9.
Yeah.
They could lose all.
There is potential for them to lose all 4 of those games.
Yeah, this is a little scary.
Yeah.
Now that we think about it.
What about go to Optic? Go to Optic's upcoming matches.
To Optics?
Yeah. And then go to FlyQuest. Because Optic has some... I think they have, like...
Optic has to play against Clutch, Echo Fox, so their difficulty is the same as...
Go to Flies.
As TSM's.
I would say TSM's is a little easier, actually. Because Fox isn't on there.
Yeah. Let's see. Internet's being slow. TSM, Clutch, CLG, Golden Guardians.
So of that, FlyQuest has the easiest.
They have the easiest. There are 3 games. Well, besides the TSM versus FlyQuest game, right? Because those are the 2 we're comparing. I don't see them winning against Clutch, but they could win against. I mean, they're going to win against CLG and Golden Guardians. Those are the. Oh yeah. Like those are the worst.
I don't know about Golden Guardians. Golden Guardians could win. I think they won against FlyQuest before.
They maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I mean, yeah, but like they are likely to win these 2.
Yeah.
Right? They're likely to win these 2. There's a chance they win against TSM, and they could potentially win against Clutch.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
So yeah, I think FlyQuest and TSM, those 2 are really close. Like you literally just need next week for FlyQuest and TSM to both go 1-1, and then
FlyQuest
FlyQuest
win out and TSM lose one more.
Yeah.
It could happen.
All right. Let's move on to our predictions for week 7 of North American LCS. We only have 3 weeks left, ladies and gentlemen. Getting down to the wire. Getting down
Don't say it like that.
to some
Don't
spicy,
say it like that.
spicy game.
Oh, by the way, to any of our 10 listeners out there, we are going to be in Miami.
Oh, really?
We have our tickets.
Oh yeah, we're going.
Ken and I, we're going on a little vacay together to Miami for the NA LCS finals. So
if you come and you say you support the DSoG vlog, I'll buy you a t-shirt.
The revolution,
or a
baby.
drink.
Or a drink.
Or a drink.
I will definitely buy you a drink.
If you are old enough
Maybe
to
a
drink.
Yeah,
You are old
It's
enough.
Miami.
We don't support
Come on now.
underage drinking.
This
we
is
never
a children's show, Ken.
No.
drink underage.
Don't forget.
I'm sorry. Don't do it.
Our fraternity never allowed us to drink while we were
Never.
underage
Not a single time.
Neither did my parents
in New Orleans.
in New Orleans, or the bartenders of New Orleans, or anybody in New Orleans. No one supports underage drinking in the city of New Orleans.
All right, let's
That's
move
a
on.
fact.
Okay.
All right.
I give the first
All
game
right,
to Tio.
so our first game this weekend could be a spicy one, could be a good one, a tie for third place. Whoever wins this one comes out over the other one. One game in the standings. Team
And the other one
Liquid
goes to fourth.
versus 100 Thieves.
Well, since the winner stays in third and the loser goes to fourth, I think that means
There's a logical choice.
It's scripted. There's only one logical
It's the
choice.
only logical choice. No, I
think
give it to
100.
Liquid.
I think that wins. I'm excited.
Next game, TSM versus
excited.
FlyQuest. Ooh, hesitation. TSM, yeah. I agree.
TSM.
All right.
Yeah, same.
Next up,
Same.
the game of the old guard, Cloud9 versus Counter Logic Gaming. Turn the stream off, watch something else, and then come back after this one's over because Cloud9's going to win.
I mean, if you want to watch how to jungle, just look at the mini map the whole time. Follow Svenskeren around. Good.
No, I think this game will be a good test to what do you pick in this meta when you know you're gonna stop.
Jesus Christ, Carl. What the fuck, man?
Holy shit!
Uh,
Are you sure that's not the next game?
yes.
I mean, they
This
could be
next
both.
game-
Like, why is
Yeah. All right.
Golden Guardian
I give it to Cloud9
versus
over CLG.
Echo Fox. Who wins this one?
I'm gonna give this to Golden Guardians.
I'm gonna give it to Golden Guardians.
Golden Guardians. Did they win last time against Fox?
All right, guys,
I
I'm
don't
going to sever
remember, but it
ties
doesn't
here and
matter.
start my own North American LCS talk show.
I'm gonna
So
start my own.
I can no longer associate
podcast
myself
by
with idiots
myself.
of this level. Echo Fox wins. Dude. If Golden Guardians wins this game, I'm going to shit in both of your pants. All right? So.
Okay. We will need to show that
Alright.
next week.
If it happens, I will gladly shit in your pants. I don't lose anything. You guys do. So.
It is
All right, you
on
got me.
video.
Yeah.
This
You
will
got
be
me,
uploaded to the world. You will be accountable to the internet, which is the
All
highest
right.
level of accountability.
And
Ever.
the last game on Saturday is Clutch versus Optic.
I give this
Same.
one to Clutch.
Carl?
Optic.
Basically, on Saturday,
Oh,
watch
boy.
the first game, and then you can probably turn off the stream, and then just.
What?
Yeah,
What? TSM versus
whatever.
FlyQuest?
Fair enough,
TSM
fair
versus
enough.
Fly.
Sunday
I
is
think
probably
Clutch
going to be a
versus
much
Optic's
better
gonna be
day.
fun.
We have
Alright.
first game of the day is CLG versus TL.
You mean CLG
Yeah.
versus CLG White?
CLG Blue versus CLG White.
Yeah, CLG. Did I not say that?
You just said CLG versus
CLG
White.
Blue versus CLG,
CLG
White.
White.
Not to be confused with CLG Teal.
which was
that was last year.
CLG teal.
or is it CLG black because of the dark horse jerseys?
Teal's white.
Okay.
Fucking racist.
What?
They're white.
Okay.
My
It's
God.
American
Okay.
now. If you're white, you're racist. Anyway.
All right, let's not go there. This is not
that's
a
not-
platform
this is-
for that conversation. Let's reel it back in, boys. Who wins this
All
game,
right.
TL or TLG?
TL.
Echo Fox.
Actually, sorry. Following proper CLG logic,
They're gonna win. Yeah.
TL wins
Yeah.
because CLG sucks.
Next game, we got Echo Fox versus Optic.
Echo Fox.
Echo Fox.
Yep.
Destroys this.
I want to see Huni play Riven this game.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I think Fox wins. You know, I think Optic could win if they had a decent top laner to stand up to Huni, but they don't.
Yeah.
And like Huni will just steamroll it and carry top down.
Yeah.
Huni could play Lucian top, and
He's
they
done
would
it
win this game.
a few times and won.
Not
This
this
split.
split. Did
Yeah,
when?
played Lucian top like the first week.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I must have
I don't remember
just
that
forgot
either.
about that.
I think he played it once.
He played.
I remember.
I know he's played.
Maybe it was the
Yasuo.
second week. It was early in the split,
Okay.
but he did it.
All right, next game,
And they won.
100 TSM.
100.
DSM.
100.
Yeah, same 100. And they my favorite team. 100 team. 100.
Do you want this to be our bet? 100
Yeah.
T versus TSM. Okay, just for clarification, we've had a bet twice already, and I came through on both of those. I just want clarification.
Right.
Listeners.
Oh, the bet.
We
is-
always make is I buy him a drink or he buys me a drink,
Right.
depending on who
And-
wins.
The other night, I had 2 drinks on Carl.
Yeah, on me, like actually on me.
I slurped him up real good. You should see him without a shirt.
What the hell?
All right.
All right,
right.
C9 versus Golden Guard.
C9.
Yeah.
They're not going to drop this game.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is C9.
show. And the last game of the week, Clutch versus FlyQuest.
I don't know who's winning this.
Tough.
I look at the
Clutch.
camera and Ken's just like,
We're just like, I don't know.
FlyQuest, I guess. Clutch?
Yeah,
Maybe?
Clutch probably wins. So.
Yeah. I give it to Clutch.
All right, well, that was our predictions for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. We've been pushing out some rundown videos for the games for the past 2 weeks. I really enjoy doing them. I hope you guys do too. They're pretty fun just to talk about each of these games a little bit more in depth, since that's not something that we really do on this show. But I think they're pretty good. They're pretty entertaining. We have some good banter. Check those out. Check out all the other DSoG vlogs. Tell your friends. Join the DSoG revolution. We out here. We killing it. Play League. Watch League. We love this game. We love you. And subscribe, comment, like the videos. Do anything. We have like 10 viewers right now. We want more people to listen.
Yeah.
So just do anything to help us out. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to go bury my head in some books. And I don't know what you guys are going to do, but
Drink a bit.
drink
Yep.
a bit. Good. Go drink some.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. DSoG vlog number 7. And
7?
7.
7.
I think 7.
That's it. Thank you guys.
6.
Peace.
All right.
Out here. Bye.
Peace.